Okay, so good afternoon and welcome to Voca class. And now let's continue our lesson. So let's go on with our first word. We have here the word potential. Okay, so potential act as our noun. Okay, so let's find out what is the meaning of the word potential. So when we say potential, we mean to say an ability. Okay, ability, or what we call your skill, or it is also called capability. Capability. Next one, we can also call this capacity. So for a verb, we call that able to. Okay, this one is act as a verb. So when we say potential, means this is a kind of your ability or skill, capacity or capability, or something that you can do. Okay, so we use the word can. Okay, we use the modal can. Something that you can, we call that potential. Okay, so what is the antonym for the word potential? We'll focus on the word lack. Okay, from the word lack, meaning is you don't have a sufficient or capable of doing something. Okay, from the word capable, incapability. Okay, so you can, from the word able to, not able to. Okay, things that are impossible for you to do. So things that you can't. So we go with the word can. Again, so when we say potential, we need to say an ability, skill, capability, or capacity. We also use the phrasal verb able to. Okay, or this is sometimes known to be like an idiom. Okay, we use the modal can. Okay, so the antonym is lack, incapability, not able to, impossible or can't. So let's focus on the sentence. She has the potential to become a very good singer. Okay, she has the potential to become a very good singer. What does it mean? So meaning here, the subject, she has the ability or the capacity to become a very good singer. It means that she is already singing and she has the potential, or meaning the skill to improve more. So we call that potential. This is like a hidden skill. Okay, so we call that potential. So she can become better or best than what she has now. So we call that capacity. Example, you are also a dancer, but in dancing there are certain cases that you do not know every kinds of or types of dance, but you're trying to learn from it, you're studying those kind of dances, then that is also what we call potential, meaning is there is still a time for you to improve more, a hidden skill we call. And sometimes we need to expose ourselves just in order to show this kind of talent. Okay, so I hope you understand the word potential. Now, we'll go on with our second word. We have here the word respond. I think this is quite easy, okay? So when we say the word respond, it acts as a verb since it's an action word. Okay, things that we do. So what do we mean by the word respond? So when we say respond, we're trying to give an answer, right? To say something. If there is a question, we respond. We simply, letter R, reply. Okay, example, a text message. So you receive a text message. So most of the time, we try to reply back. Next one. We also use the word feedback. Okay. So in communication, if there is a speaker, there is a receiver. So it doesn't only focusing in there. So we need the feedback, okay, in order to have the communication. So that is also called an answer. Also, it is called, okay, a reaction. Okay, sometimes reaction can be varied, like suggestion or comment, or a judgmental word, okay, or is this simply a talk? You talk back, they said. So these are the synonym for the word respond. Next one, we go with their antonym. It's very simple. If there is an answer, there is always a question. Right? Another word for question is, maybe this is not familiar, query. So also, interrogate. Okay. Query now here. Okay, so question, query, interrogate. So when we say interrogative speech in writing classes, it means this is a question sentence. Okay? Question sentence. So remember that sentence is different from question, because we said that in grammar we have what we call statement, okay, and question. These two are also called sentences. Yes. So do not just simply say sentence, because sentence has a lot of kinds. It's either a statement or a question form. So when we say statement, we are just trying to narrate, to give information like that. But when we say question sentence, we automatically use the word the punctuation question mark. It means that we are asking. Okay, we wanted to know something. And the statement answered. Okay, so a response can also be called a statement, and an antonym for that is simply a question. Interrogate. Next, also from the word ask, as a verb. Yes, you simply ask. You can also request, right? So let's have our sentence. Okay, so in this sentence, look at this. I didn't use it as a verb, but I use it as a noun. Okay, I haven't heard of his response lately. Okay, so here it acts as a noun, but not a verb. And then you can also answer this one. He responded me a while ago, meaning is the person answered. Okay, so here it acts as a verb. Response, respond. Okay, so it's different. Or responded in past form. From the word response, since it is singular, so the verb is plural. So he responds. Okay, so do not forget also grammar in using vocab. In here, I haven't heard of his response lately. Haven't, okay, plus past form of the verb. PP, the past participle rather. Okay, I hope this is clear enough for you. So again, when we say the word respond, we mean to say a reply, a feedback, an answer, a reaction, Okay, this is an antonym for the word query, question, interrogate, and ask. Next one. Okay, we have here the word vanish. If I'm not mistaken, we already tackled about this word vanish as a synonym. But here we will focus on itself. So when we say vanish, it is a verb. So when we say the word vanish, we mean to say that something is disappearing. Okay, let's have the synonym. Invisible. If you have the power to vanish into thin air, so you can be invisible. Next, something that is fading. Fade. Next, something that is dissolved. So it still depends on how you will use it in a sentence. Okay, so dissolve here is different. Example, if there is a powder of milk, if you mix it in water, and it will dissolve, meaning it will vanish as well. Okay, also we use the word clear. So you're putting your name into a clear situation, you're trying to vanish. Okay, it's something that is negative from you. Clear, you want to clear it up. Clean. Yeah, like that. Okay, so if these are the synonyms, let's focus on the antonym of the word vanish. From the word invisible, very simple, just eliminate the prefix in and put the word visible. Next one, from the word fade, right? Or something that disappeared, appear. Next one, something that arrived. Or something that comes. Okay. So that is vanish. It means an invisible, fade, dissolve, clear, visible, appear, arrive, or come. Meaning is you will be able to see it through. Okay. In this case, you don't have the ability to see it, like see through, like that. So let's use that in a sentence. Okay, the spot on my clothes vanished easily. Again, the spot on my clothes vanished easily. Example, you were eating something and then that food suddenly in your on your clothes rather, so you had a spot already, or we call that mark. So in here, it vanished easily. So meaning there's no problem, it's not a stain. Okay? So example here is the chocolate, okay, poured, okay, on my clothes, and it is hard to vanish. Okay, so this is different. The chocolate poured on my clothes and it is hard to vanish. In here, since it is chocolate, so we can say this is now called a stain, because now it's very hard to vanish. So you have to use a fabric. Okay? So that is the meaning of the word vanish, to become invisible. Sometimes when the teacher asks you to speak in English, sometimes you want to vanish because you don't have any answer to the teacher's question, right? Have a background sound. Okay, next one. We go on with our word. We have here variety. Okay. So what we mean by the word variety. When we say variety, it acts as a noun. Okay, so when we say variety, this is something like diversity. Mixed. Or we call that also assortment. Okay, classification. Next one, so let's go on with its antonym. If there is variety, we have a uniformity. Or we have the word same. Or commonness. Commonness. Okay. So when we say variety, it acts as a noun, meaning is diversity, mixed, assortment, classification, antonym is uniformity, same, and commonness. Okay, let's have an example. I was able to try variety of foods when I got to abroad. I was able to try variety of foods when I got to abroad. So in here, the variety talks about our object foods. Meaning is in Philippines, actually if you're in Philippines, you can also try variety of food since Philippines has a lot of cuisine, okay? Same also in Korea. But when we say variety here, it focuses on different kinds of food from different kinds of countries. Variety. Another example, we are living in Asia, but we are still variety. We are having variety of cultures. Koreans, Filipino, Japanese, like that, Chinese, and so on. So we call those classification. Okay, next. Our next word is very easy. We have what we call revise. Okay, so when we say revise, we mean it as a verb. Okay, so the synonym of the word revise is to amend, edit. Okay, also we mean to say something that we correct or modify. The antonym for this word is to confirm. Next one is to retain and preserve. Okay, so the revised word here is a verb, meaning is to amend, to edit, to correct, to modify. Next, the antonym here is to confirm, retain, preserve, to make it still. Okay, so there's no such thing as change. So we will just have the example here. The teachers revised the students' incorrect sentence. So it's a very good example. The teacher revised the students' incorrect sentences, meaning is that the teacher, okay, correct. Okay, the students' incorrect sentences. So we have here our keyword incorrect, therefore, on the contrary, it means correct. So that is what we mean by the word revise. To amend, edit, correct, and modify. And the antonym is confirm, retain, and preserve. Okay, so I hope you understand our vocabs today. So let's just have, again, the review. Okay, so we have here, number one, we had the word potential. Okay, potential, which means our ability. Next one, we have the word respond, meaning is simply to answer. Okay, or you feedback, you have a feedback. Next, when we say the word vanish, okay, we mean to say something that disappeared. And next, variety, meaning is classification. And lastly, we have the word revise, meaning is to simply correct. Okay, so that is our words for today, and I hope you still remember everything. Thank you.